Well, deceive to achieve, that's what the U.S. says is the key to military success. A 298-page report reveals a secret ruling that President Barack Obama made just 2 weeks ago that basically allows the FBI to work around privacy laws for the sake of national security. Investigative journalist Webster Tarpley is in our studios today to shed light on this new strategy. So, Webster, this report comes out by the Defense Science Board, which is apparently a panel of the Pentagon, pretty influential there, right? That's basically recommending that the military and intelligence communities sort of create a joint agency called, quote-unquote, strategic surprise, or that's the point of it. Tell us more about this.
I think you'd call it the Office of Strategic Deception, a robust interagency capability in strategic deception. The Defense Science Board is essentially a front for the personal network of a guy called Andrew Marshall. This is the legendary Yoda. He may be the longest-serving top bureaucrat in the entire U.S. administration. He's 89 years old. He's the founder of this thing. He's been there since 1973. It is a gaggle of strangeloves. And they got together, I believe, in response to the Chinese anti-satellite weapon of January 2007, and also in response to what they call Titan Rain, which they say is Chinese computer hacking. So the idea is there are surprises in the world, and you have the known unknowns, as Rumsfeld would say, that is, the surprises you know may be coming, and then you have the surprising surprises, the unknown unknowns. And the goal that they have is how to make sure that you're not surprised, or if you are, how to respond, and then how you surprise the other guy, and you do this with deception, what they used to call maskirovka in the Cold War, right? Well, they accused the Soviets.
Well, let me play devil's advocate here for a second and ask, what is so shocking about this? If the United States is trying to fight these unconventional wars like they are in Iraq and Afghanistan, don't they want their enemies to be thrown off guard? I mean, isn't that the point? What would be the point if the quote-unquote enemy knew exactly what they were doing, right?
Well, let's look at it in a different framework. The idea of this is deception, and they say we want to play on the enemy culture, their standing beliefs, how they gather intelligence, how they make political decisions. And above all, creating surprise requires a series of sophisticated, orchestrated events, all of which the adversary must believe while you protect your own assets, including double agents. Now, what does that mean? Look at the Persian Gulf. Look at a terror attack, a provocation of any type. It means creating events with the idea that you're going to con the other side, Russia, China, India, whoever it is, Brazil, they write about all these countries, into doing something that you want. So it's a form of manipulation. It is extremely dangerous. This summer seminar in the past brought us P2OG, the Preemptive Proactive Operations Group. The goal of that was to get terrorists to attack targets the U.S. wanted at a time chosen by the U.S. So extremely dangerous. If I could just mention one other thing. The Office of Net Assessment, which is Marshall's shop in the Pentagon, commissioned a report called The Great Siberian War of 2030, which is that China seizes Russia east of the Urals, and you have a world war around that topic. So this is the kind of thing that these people are actually into in terms of what they'd like to see happen. And the idea is how to play on other people's fears and beliefs to make it happen.
Yeah, but at the same time, this report has said that strategic deception, like you say, has in the past provided the U.S. with significant, advantages that sort of translated into victories. You gave us a little bit of examples there. Can you give us something more specific where they can say, okay, we tried it here and it worked here, so we're going to do it, here?
Well, the examples they're interested in are the surprises were cyber warfare, space warfare, operations that would be new forms of blitzkrieg, technology, nuclear, biological. The Sputnik is the great example of the U.S. getting surprised. The Tet Offensive, the U.S. is surprised. They claim that they surprised Saddam Hussein. He didn't think he was going to get attacked. They make fun of him. He was incompetent, and we duped him. The global positioning system, they said nobody was ready for that. So anything in that realm, anything that changes the strategic balance is something they want to be ready for. But again, they're really interested in duping and conning the other side because they know that as the U.S. becomes more stagnant in terms of science and technology, they're going to undergo surprises.
You know what else is interesting, Webster? The story is definitely under the radar in other media outlets, but I'm glad that you're here to give analysis and shed some light on this issue. Thank you.